Hey, Niners fans, let's dive into everything going on with the San Francisco 49ers right now. Because, honestly, this season has been nothing short of wild, and there's so much to unpack. The energy surrounding this team has been incredible, and it's hard not to get caught up in all the big plays, the injuries, the comebacks, and the moments that just make you stop and think, wow, football really is the greatest game. I mean, we get 17 regular season games, plus the playoffs if things go our way. And in each one, there are these flashes of brilliance that you can't ignore. Sometimes it's a play that changes the course of the game. Sometimes it's a mistake that the other team made that swings momentum. And sometimes it's just one player making a jaw-dropping effort that you'll remember for weeks. Let's start with the offensive side, because there's been some absolute magic happening there. Ricky Pearl has been an absolute revelation. And if you ask me, he's had a couple of plays this season that will go down as some of the most impressive catches we've seen in recent memory. There was that one 4th-and-1 situation where Mac Jones delivered a precise, deep ball outside the numbers, and Ricky somehow made it look effortless. I don't think people realize how difficult that is. On paper, it seems simple. A quarterback throws the ball, the receiver catches it, but the timing, the speed, the awareness, the adjustment in midair, all of that has to come together perfectly. And when it does, it's not just a good play, it's something that makes you jump out of your seat and cheer like crazy because you know you just witnessed skill at its highest level. And then there's that underthrown ball from Brock Purdy where Ricky once again turns a situation that seems impossible into a one-handed catch that defies physics. I still can't get over it. The ball was coming in off target, the defense was closing in, and Ricky adjusted, reached out, and somehow snagged it cleanly with one hand. That is not luck. That is pure athleticism and football IQ coming together in a moment that will be replayed for years. On the defensive side, the story has been just as exciting. Thursday night games have been delivering some incredible moments. And for the 49ers, there have been a few plays that stand out above the rest. One of the most talked about was Alfred Collins' punch-out, which completely changed the momentum of that game. Honestly, if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. It was the kind of play where you don't even blame the running back. He got leveled hard, and the ball came loose in a way that seemed almost cinematic. Alfred Collins timed it perfectly, hit him with just the right amount of force, and knocked the ball out at a critical moment. Plays like that remind you why defense can be just as thrilling as the offensive highlights. And it's not just about the spectacle, it's about the impact on the game. That one play directly influenced field position, scoring opportunities, and the confidence of both teams. Now, when we start to put all this in perspective, it's easy to forget how fast the season moves. You go from game to game, sometimes without even realizing how many incredible moments have stacked up. One week you're watching the Seahawks battle, the next it's the Saints, and then it's the Cardinals, and suddenly you're in the middle of the season trying to remember which plays really matter the most. Mistakes stand out, of course, and some of the best plays come out of those mistakes. But it's also those intentional moments, those perfectly executed plans that leave you in awe. And this season, both offensively and defensively, the 49ers have had more than their fair share of both, which is why the team is sitting at 4-1. That record alone tells part of the story. But the plays, the adjustments, and the individual performances are where the real excitement is. In terms of news, injuries have been a roller coaster, which is always a tricky topic. As fans, you hope to see the best players on both sides go head-to-head, because that's where you see true competition. But realistically, injuries do affect matchups, and the 49ers have had to navigate that constantly. The latest reports have been encouraging on some fronts, though. Brock Purdy, for example, will not be going on injured reserve, which is a huge relief. He's progressing well, and keeping him available for the upcoming games means the offense can continue building chemistry and executing the plays we've seen him make all season. Kevin Givens is back in practice after recovering from a torn pec, which adds much-needed depth to the defensive line. While he isn't a game-changing presence like Forrest Buckner, having a player of his experience and skill available gives the 49ers flexibility, especially with some key injuries in the rotation. These small victories in depth can end up being pivotal down the stretch. The injury landscape also plays into matchups, particularly with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up. Their secondary has been depleted, which doesn't mean the 49ers are celebrating injuries, but it does create an opportunity. Facing a quarterback 4 and cornerback 5 as starters isn't easy, but it is advantageous when your own team is executing at full strength. Mac Jones is solid, and the passing game has been sharp. The combination of a well-prepared offensive unit and a secondary missing key pieces make for a matchup where the 49ers can really test their skills and potentially dominate in the air. And when you pair that with a better game time, avoiding the brutal early morning travel across time zones, the team's energy and preparation are set up perfectly to perform at their peak. Rookies have also been stepping up. Mike Williams, for example, has quietly become a key contributor on defense. After a tough first week, he's been steadily improving and showing glimpses of what he could become in the future. He's not just a pass rush threat. He's solid against the run and continues to develop athletically, which gives the coaching staff options. Watching a young player like that grow in real time is exciting because you can imagine the ceiling. Combine that with consistent contributions from the veterans and the strategic depth being added through practice, squad movements, and roster management, and you've got a team that is not just performing well now, but building for the future. Every single week, the 49ers are proving they can overcome adversity, execute at a high level, and create those moments that keep fans on the edge of their seats. From spectacular catches to defensive masterclasses, from injuries to returns, every detail counts. The team's ability to navigate all of these moving parts while staying competitive is a testament to the coaching staff, the players' resilience, and the overall culture that has been built around excellence and toughness. And as fans, that's what makes following this team so thrilling, because there's always a play, a decision, or a moment that can completely swing the story of the season. Now, moving on from the highlight reels and jaw-dropping plays, let's talk about some of the behind-the-scenes developments that are shaping this season for the 49ers. Injuries, roster moves, and players returning from time off all play a huge role in how the team approaches each game. And right now, the depth chart is starting to show signs of stability, which is huge given how unpredictable football can be. Brock Purdy not going on injured reserve is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of good news. Having your starting quarterback available, even if he's not at 100%, allows the team to maintain rhythm, build timing, and continue executing the offensive schemes that have been so effective this season. Every practice he's able to participate in, every rep he takes, is a step toward solidifying chemistry with receivers like Ricky Pearl and tight ends, which is critical because consistency in the passing game can be the difference between a win and a loss in close matchups. Kevin Givens being back in practice is also a huge lift for the defensive line. The 49ers have had to deal with injuries across the defensive front, and having a veteran presence like Givens available adds not only talent, but also experience in key rotations. While he may not be a Forrest Buckner-level impact player, his presence allows the coaching staff to rotate younger players, manage fatigue, and still maintain a level of pressure on the quarterback and containment on the run game. Depth matters so much in the trenches, and having a player like Givens ready to step in or rotate is exactly what the team needs as they navigate the middle portion of the season, especially against opponents who are pass-heavy or rely on physical run schemes. The Buccaneers matchup is one that has been on everyone's radar, and there's a lot to unpack there as well. Tampa Bay's defense has been dealing with injuries, particularly in the secondary, which opens up opportunities for the 49ers passing game. Mac Jones and the receivers are likely to target those young corners, testing their coverage skills and putting pressure on the back end. The advantage isn't just physical, it's also mental. When you know you're facing less experienced defenders, the play calling can be more aggressive, the timing of routes can be adjusted to exploit mismatches, and the offense can really take calculated risks that could pay off big. At the same time, the 49ers will need to remain disciplined. Young corners can make mistakes, but they can also be unpredictable, and the coaching staff will need to ensure that the quarterback reads the field correctly, avoids turnovers, and maximizes the opportunities created by favorable matchups. In terms of special teams and rotations, the 49ers have been making moves that are subtle but impactful. Players like Sebastian Valdez, who showed flashes in training camp and preseason, now have opportunities to contribute. Even if it's in a rotational role, Getting these younger or less experienced players reps in meaningful game situations helps the team prepare for the long haul. Football is such a long season, and depth is more than just having bodies available. It's about having players who can step in and execute at a high level when called upon. The fact that Valdez is being considered for more involvement shows the coaching staff's confidence in his ability to impact the game and also reflects a commitment to rewarding performance in practice and preseason, which is a culture that can carry over into the long-term development of the team. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what is already being called one of the most shocking moments of the NFL season, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan reportedly lost his composure on live television, sparking a flurry of rumors across the league. During what was meant to be a routine post-practice interview, Shanahan, known for his usually calm and calculated demeanor, appeared visibly agitated as he addressed questions about the team's roster. Sources close to the team claim that Shanahan, in an uncharacteristic outburst, explicitly expressed his desire to see a particular player leave the organization. The incident, caught on camera and quickly circulated on social media, has left fans and analysts scrambling to speculate about which 49ers player might be on the chopping block. While Shanahan did not name the player directly, insiders suggest that tensions have been simmering behind the scenes for weeks, hinting at disagreements over performance, attitude, or fit within the team strategy. The outburst has fueled speculation that a major roster shakeup could be imminent, potentially impacting both the starting lineup and locker room dynamics. NFL insiders are already weighing the implications, noting that Shanahan's public display could either be a tactical move to motivate the player in question or a signal of a more serious internal dispute. Some analysts believe the outburst reflects mounting frustration with recent team performances, while others argue it could be part of a strategy to test loyalty and commitment among key players. Regardless, the timing of the incident, right before a crucial stretch of games, has intensified the buzz as fans and pundits debate who might be forced out and how the 49ers will respond in the coming weeks. While Shanahan is known for his innovative offensive schemes and steady leadership, this rare public meltdown has cast a spotlight on the pressures coaches face in the modern NFL. The incident has already sparked heated discussions on sports talk shows, podcasts, and online forums, with speculation ranging from trades to potential contract terminations. As the rumor mill churns, one thing is clear. The 49ers locker room is under a microscope, and everyone from the front office to the fan base is watching closely for what could be one of the most dramatic mid-season roster moves in recent memory. With no official confirmation from the 49ers, the NFL world is left to wonder who has pushed Shanahan to the edge, and how will the team navigate this sudden storm? The coming days are certain to be filled with whispers, leaks, and insider chatter, ensuring that this story will dominate headlines and social media feeds long before the next kickoff. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.